years ago. Gives you a nice beautiful view of the river behind you. What's here at this light coming up is 14th Avenue. You see the bike trail. There's some good fishing, especially out around those pilings. That used to be the old West Middletown Bridge. You can see how you guys can drive down. Right here is where guys pull off a little bit right there. You know,
the hill swings down to a road.
Pull through. There's another area on down here that guys pull off. I'm just choosing not to do that. That's why you're not getting to see the part that, you know, maybe like to see right here. You see this thing right here. There it is, another way to go into it. Maybe if we hadn't had all that rain yesterday, I might have tried, but I don't want to risk my vehicle. You got this little levee where you can't see over it and runs around. From this point on, the bike trail runs back around there. How far to the river it goes, how far away from the river it goes, I do not know. But access from there to Trenton now is non-existent to this river. You do have Sports Bowl up here. Nice place to come to. It's been there for years.
Man bowl right over there's the river.
And get in here and walk it through. You could hit the river from that point, but she is kind of blocked off for getting in there on that part. You get away with parking way back in there. You can see it drives back in. You just running you through on this part. You've got yourself a Gold Star Chili and a McDonald's down here to be able to grab something to eat before you go fishing down here at the Trenton Bridge. I'm going to swing off and show you as we're approaching here over by these trucks. It's the levee crossing again here, and at this point on this levee you can take the levee all the way back, and that will take you back to the Great Miami River, and the bike trail is supposed to actually circle around a dead end at that point and bring you back through. As my understanding, I haven't traveled it. The last point to park and walk is up here by the Trenton Bridge. All this is flood lane, and we have seen it flooded many a times. That's why not much is really grown here, except maybe some hay, some corn, soybeans, that they won't take a major hit if they were to get flooded out. This entryway here comes on you rather fast. There's no big sign that says park here. Just boom, you're on the drive. Don't try to slap the brakes on if you have to. Make yourself a turn off here at the plantation and come back to it. Don't cause an accident. Nice little drive back into it, because when you see the parking lot from the distance, you're thinking you're going to pull off further down here. And all of a sudden, there you are. I hope one day that I might be able to actually bring you guys a fish derby down here. No, I'm not going to drive through. The thing. Alright, this is our last stop here. The 10-mile river park I hope to be able to have for you. I do consider a river park from that area. We do have the bike trails, kind of like maybe this is not the ending point. She still, from my understanding, wraps back around that way to the levee I just told you about. This is the Trenton Bridge. Bike trail this way, if you look in the distance, you see people approaching us. The bike trail goes all the way back there, and it comes away from the river here. They're baling hay back there, so it must be private land in there, and they had to bring it back there. That's the only way they were allowed to do it. We'll walk this way a little bit. Somebody did get this rail down and managed to drive through. Rain does a lot, because the last time I came over here, I did walk out here. Had a dress on that day too. I did walk out, but today she's really up and I'm not going that far. Just wanted to show you here in the background, you see the Trenton Bridge. Big fish are caught there at the shop. We do have pictures of 5 fish over 50 pounds, bottomed out the scales, caught in the pilings here with Trenton Bridge back behind it. Down this way you have a river trestle where Elk Creek comes in. Is Elk Creek correct?
Yeah.
Comes into the mouth of Elk Creek, comes down into here and runs it through. The river kind of shakes and tags around. The bike trail is not accessible. You're going to have to do some walking through some weeds and everything to get through to it. The other side fishing, you go to Trenton Park at dusk. You got to get out of there. They will lock the gates. You don't want to be trapped in. If you go down and around this way, the footage that you're going to see that I have for you shows you areas to fish down there. This is the Fish Lady. I'm signing off. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope to bring it to life. 10 miles worth of River Run by the Fish Lady. The show has been sponsored by Birdseeds Bait Shop on Titus Avenue in Middletown, Ohio. Have a good one. We're here toward our edge a little bit. I'm wearing a skirt today, so you got a nice little bend that runs from there. The bad thing, again, on the bike trail, as you see, it goes away from the river. One of the things they do that is the river starts to erode. It protects it, through to a point. But when you get down around that bend, you're going to see you have a train trestle. That is a good area to fish. Actually, all of this area is good to fish. And we're going to take you around and go underneath. You see how the river came up here and caught on the trail, bringing all the dirt and sand up to get up in here. They used to have derbies down here. We'd love to have derbies here again. We got somebody over the edge here fishing. Don't know if he's doing any good, but we're going to walk on through. Might yell at him. That'll be as far as it goes. There's a little trail-like area for him to get down in. Makes the slope area just a little bit better for him. Doing any good? Oh, yeah, you caught a 50-pounder for the camera. But at least here on this bridge as you walk through, like the one on Route 4, you're at the river, unlike the bike trail over at West Middletown. Instead, it veers you away from the river.
How do they get over there?
Come down on the other side.
Oh.
No, shovelhead will get in these weed beds at night.
The weed bed right here.
Yeah.
As I told you before, we got guys. We know they caught these fish at the Trenton Bridge because the Trenton Bridge was in the background of the picture.
Talking about over there.
So they did pretty good with them.
Hey, whiskers.
There's some guys fishing down here too. One standing out there just watching the water. You see on this side some of the debris has come through. Look at that big piling out there. What is that out there in the middle?
That's no pollen.
Here we go.
This is good fishing in this area. And when you come down here in the distance, I'm not going to walk down through there dressed the way I am today. Plus I'm still too new for my surgery to do a little maneuvering on some hillside. But way down in the back, where I'm pointing at here with my finger, there is a telephone pole down in there. You get down back in that area and fish it. You're going to get yourself some nice fish. It's been recommended by several guys. Just got to do a little hiking into it. Wish I could come down and lean a little closer, but it's something I'm not going to do. But this is it, the Trenton Bridge. See where we just walked from? And I'll view it back that way too for you. It's the Fish Lady at the Trenton Bridge in Middletown and Trenton, Ohio on Route 73.